Good motherfucking morning. It is 8:05 here in Omaha, Nebraska, and we're about to go through a chest, shoulders, and tricep session. This is the second push day of the week. First push day was shoulder emphasis, secondary chest, and triceps, but this time we're going to switch it up. Again, I mentioned in my blog that my shoulders are my weaker body part, so we're really trying to put some size on up there, around that region, and we're just gonna hammer it out today on chest. So this session will feature banded presses on an incline hammer press, and then we're gonna go to flat dumbbell press, and then we're gonna finish off with some dips, and then we're gonna go on to a trifecta of basically a giant set of delt exercises, and then we're gonna go on to triceps. So I probably got about an hour, 15 minutes up in here that I can hammer out before I have to roll out to Bellevue and work at the Rexius Nutrition there from about 10 to 2, so we're gonna blast it out. I'm gonna explain, I'm gonna talk, and hopefully you found a new workout today. All right, let's get it moving. All right, first exercise that we're kicking it off with is banded hammer incline presses. Right off top, I set up the bands wrong. I should have set them up on where the weight goes on the machine, but I hadn't done banded presses in a while. Didn't really plan on doing them, but regular barbell incline press didn't seem super appealing to me for a 4-week cycle movement, so I just decided to go ahead with the bands. Green bands are a little bit harder on the resistance than what I normally use, which is a long pink band, but the reason for the bands is people will start explaining the strength curve and all that. I don't really get into that. I just tell people you feel tension wave throughout the muscle, and it's a much harder contraction at the top of the movement. So if you're going to do bands, I need you to keep in mind a couple of things. These will only be in for about 3 to 4 weeks because that's about as far as your body will be able to take band training and still have a favorable response. They're very hard on ligaments, wrists, connective tissue, all that. So if you're going to use bands on any type of exercise, I only recommend a couple of weeks going on it, because what's going to happen is that you're going to get into the diminishing returns and things aren't going to go the way that you would like for them to go. But if you time it just right, you will definitely be stronger in that exercise, which is what I'm looking to do. Next up, probably one of my favorite exercises, the dumbbell press. Did a couple of warm-up sets prior to this one, so I'm not sure if this is my first work set. I think it is my first work set. But in any event, like I said, one of my favorite chest exercises, just lay down and press it up. Why is it more favorable to the bench press? Well, you're not putting your pec in more of a vulnerable position due to the fact that you are not working with a bar, so the dumbbells are a little bit more free. Also, you just get a stronger contraction at the top. Not saying that bench press is an ineffective exercise. Please don't take it as that. Bench has built tremendous chest muscles all across the world for decades. It didn't build anything for me. I had long arms. I often call them spider monkey arms. So in any event, if you get on the bench and you just see that it's not right for you, look, don't delay, discard it, find you another exercise, and then go after it, because like I said, the bench press will put you in a vulnerable position that you just don't get with dumbbells. I haven't heard of anybody tearing their pec or really entering their shoulder very hard on any type of pressing movement with dumbbells. So that's just my take. Moving on. I know I said at the beginning I was going to do dips, but I decided to call an audible and put in a stretch movement just to stretch the entire chest shoulder region out and then get a good contraction at the bottom of the movement. It is flies. I like this particular fly machine due to the fact that you can kind of lean into it and get a really hard contraction. This is a very underrated machine where if you have access to it, you should probably use it. I think it's one of the best fly machines on the market. Took a little for me to get used to, but I also understand Nautilus doesn't make any type of shitty equipment. So again, lean forward a little bit if you have the machine and kind of just hold it there for a second. It just really pumps the muscle up full of blood and brings in a lot of recovery eventually. So let's go on to shoulders. This was simple. I really wanted to do 3 rounds of a tricep, laterals, machine presses, rear laterals. But in the essence of time that I had, I only went with seated laterals on the machine. As you can see, oh, excuse me, a little tired. Probably need a bang. Then I went over to machine presses after the laterals. So 3 rounds for 6 sets, nothing crazy. Moving on, triceps, straight sets, but 2 exercises, 3 sets apiece. Starting out with these dual handle press downs. I really like these. These are Meadows' favorite. They're similar to rope push downs, but you use individual handles and you can really get that outside head. Next up for triceps, 3 sets of tricep extension. Again, on a Nautilus machine. The Nautilus Nitro 1 line is great, just like the entire Nautilus line is great. If you're not familiar with Nautilus, I suggest you Google Arthur Jones and just Google some others like Ken Wood and all those guys. Very smart people when it comes to high intensity exercise. But with that being said, I like this machine because it gives me a complete stretch. It gives me a really good contraction. And I quite frankly do not like doing overhead 1 arm tricep extensions with a dumbbell. It just kills my elbows. Whereas this machine doesn't. So kudos to Iron Heaven for getting this haul, getting this pickup. I really appreciate it, helping out an old man like me still training. So I'm trying to do my 2 leg days at Bob's and the rest of my days here. So thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, holler at me on social media, and we'll get the ball rolling. And let me know what you want to see. All right? Thanks.